How to execute an idea well in art. To execute an idea, you need to understand the emotion you're trying to have the viewer feel. My initial idea for this drawing was inspired by the insane amount of pollen that is in America during spring. Oftentimes, everything's covered in yellow. So the idea was that the girl would be chased by a tree while being covered in pollen. So the obvious route would be to simply have her covered in pollen. But I wanted the viewer to feel a little bit of fear and just a bit of humor with this drawing. I was actually almost done with the drawing when I realized that I wasn't entirely executing the idea well. After a bit of thinking, I decided that I should draw a hand made of pollen coming from the tree about to grab the girl. This would help give the viewer a bit more of an understanding on what to feel. To execute an idea well, you shouldn't just immediately start the drawing. You need to wait a second and think about what you're trying to accomplish. Your skill level in art will slightly impact how well you execute an idea, but it also will make your idea amazing. That's something that you need to develop. I added the pollen and blurred it so that it actually looked like pollen blowing in the wind. To create the pollen in the shape of a hand, I sketched out the vague shape of it. Then I made a new layer and traced it with the pollen. I warped the hand to sell the effect a bit more. I added some white lines to show how fast the girl was running too. I also blurred that effect. That's how you execute an idea in art. If you want this design, you can get it at cedrickalani's.spreadshop.com on tops. Bags, pillows, sweaters, and much more. Like, share, and comment.